Shalom. All praises to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
A double honor to the apostles, the elders, salutations to you, sincere brothers, teaching in truth and in sincerity. All right? Hey, so, go ahead. This is
1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand.
Right, the end of all things. All right? And we are in the end of the end. How do you know? Hey, get Hebrews 1:1. Get Hebrews 1:1. Hey, run that back there.
It's a book of 1 Peter 4:7.
Right.
But the end of all things is at hand.
All things, we're talking about these rulerships prior to the kingdom of heaven. All right, and we're in the last rulership before the kingdom of heaven. All right, get there. Hebrews 1:1.
The Hebrews 1:1.
Let's go.
The Most High, at the certain times,
Sundry times, go ahead.
in diverse manner spake in the time past unto the Father by the prophet.
All right, so the prophets delivered the word to the nation of Israel. All right, point blank period. That's the format. Keep going though, bro.
Verse 2, had in these last days
These last days, go ahead.
spoken unto us by the Son,
So when Yahushua walked on earth 2,000 years ago, it was considered as the last days. Now you fast forward to this time frame now, we are in the end of the end. All right, go ahead.
who had appointed heirs of all things, by whom also he made the world.
All right, that's it. But the point is, we're in the end times, man. We are in the end times, and how do you know these prophecies are speaking? These prophecies are being exercised on earth. Get Revelation 12 and 12. Go back to the point, though, bro.
First,
Revelation 12 and 12.
1 Peter 4, back in 7. It says, but the end of all things is at hand.
Right.
And it said, be ye therefore sober and watch
Be
unto prayer.
sober, your mindset, be focused. All right, be single-minded. All right, on this truth. All right, nothing should come first at this time frame. All right, hey, when you come into this truth, you have to be focused on Yahushua, and everything else falls in its place, man. All right, hey, the scripture states that the Most High is considered as a jealous power. Remember, he's very passionate about us having our focus on him. Go ahead, bro.
It said, be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer.
Right, watching to prayer. Hey, and at this time frame, we're watching the prophecies. Go ahead, bro.
Verse 8, and above all things have fervent charity among yourselves.
Have fervent charity. Charity is love. Be passionate about this truth, man. Preaching, teaching. That's how you show love to our people, by doing your call of duty as being a prophet. Go ahead.
For charity shall cover the multitude of sins.
For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. And hey, if you got a little money on you, and if you see your brother in the need, give it to him, man. Because hey, you will be rewarded. Alright? Now get Habakkuk 2:1, bro. You got something? Get jump to Habakkuk 2:1.
And this Revelation 12:1.
Yeah.
Therefore rejoice, ye heavens.
Hey, rejoice ye heavens. Alright? Hey, and who are the heavens referring to? Hey, Yahweh, Yahushua, and the hopeful elect. Why? Because these prophecies are being exercised on earth. Each day closer brings what? The downfall of Esau's rulership. So we're supposed to be in the mindset of rejoicing and not mourning, man. Alright, go ahead.
And ye that dwell in them,
Right.
woe unto the inhabitants of
Hey,
the earth.
woe to the inhabitants of the earth. Why? Because something is about to happen. All right, now you're going to see how the Most High gets down on the left-hand side. He's going to get very physical with Esau, beginning with their nobility. All right, go ahead, bro.
And of the sea,
Right?
for the devil is coming down
Now,
to you.
who's the devil? Who's the devil's physical counterpart on earth? Hey, Esau, Edom, easy eat. All right, hey, the nobility, which means highborn, they control this entire system. That's why you have all these mandates and things of that such. All right, go ahead, bro.
Having a great wealth, because he knows that he had but a short
A
time.
short time to do what? To attain the new world order. All right, and that's about what? Getting back the birthright from the nation of Israel. That's the reason why he wants to eradicate our nation off the face of the earth. Okay? All right, you got something, bro? Yeah, get that Habakkuk.
Habakkuk 2:1. I will stand upon my watch.
All right, stand upon our watch, and that's what we're doing now. So we're coming in the same stead Habakkuk did, standing on our watch, meaning what? Watching the prophecies. All right, and then delivering the prophecies to our people, the elect, the non-elect, and also these other nations, because this same word is going to judge them too, and it's only going to save the elect. Okay, go ahead, bro.
And set me upon the tower and will watch.
All right, and we're on the tower. Hey, when you go into that term watchman in the Hebrew, it also means a prophet. So a prophet watch, all right, and he notifies, all right, he alerts the people, he blows the horn, he sounds the trumpet. That's it.
Yeah, 2 Ezra 9:1.
Go ahead.
And he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself.
Right, measure the times. How so? By using current events and filtering these current events within the scriptures. That is how you're measuring. Go ahead.
And when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it's the very same time where the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
And how is he visiting the world which he made? Via prophecies. He's manifesting himself within the prophecies, man.
And you said the spirit, you said the word watch.
Mhm.
All right, a watch measures the time. All right, so what does the watch use to measure the time? All right, it uses those different measuring lines on the clock to measure what time we in. But what are those measuring lines, man? It's prophecies.
Right.
Every time a major prophecy happens, that's like the clock hitting a certain measuring line, man. And that's how we can measure the time diligently, man.
That's right, bro.
You know?
That's
You
right.
said that
Go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 4 and verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
The Most High is subject to times. He's subject to his prophecies, man. That's how, you know, autumn is subject to its time, and winter is subject to its time, spring, and one can't overlap the other. And it's also in Ezra, man. One back to like the birth pains. All right, a woman can't accelerate her travail. She can't accelerate the time she's gonna deliver a baby. It's subject to its times, man. All right.
It's Revelation 11:1. There was given me a reed like unto a rod,
Yep.
and the angel stood saying, rise and measure the temple of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
And you measure the temple with the word. That reed is like unto a rod is the word. Because that's why it says in Psalms 23, with thy rod and thy staff thou shalt comfort me. The rod is for chastity, man. All right? So with the reed like unto a rod, that was the word. But what was in the word? It was the prophecies. In which we align the thing that's going on in the planet Earth with prophecies, man. All right, nobody else is doing that, Priest Abaya, is it? Like the thing that's going on with New Orleans, man. That's prophetic.
Right.
So we know what time we in based on these things. Did Yahushua not say the seas and the waves roaring? All right, so we know what time we in, man.
Right. That's right.
When you
know?
go to the word measure in the Greek, it goes into metriel. It says to measure out or off any space or distance with a measurer's reed or rule.
Woo!
Metaphorically, to judge according to any rule or standard.
That's it.
Hey,
That's
but
it.
because that's the measure to any rule of standard. That's how we're able to judge you.
right.
We're measuring your actions through the standard of Yahweh Shema Shai. But another thing that we're measuring is the distance of time in the prophecy.
That's it. That's it.
All right?
That's it.
Stand upon my watch,
That's
man.
it. That's it.
All right?
And I bring that precept back out. I had something for you back.
Yep. Wow.
2 Ezra chapter 4 verse 37. By measure hath he measured the times, and by number hath he numbered the times, and he doth not move nor stir them until the said measure be fulfilled.
Hey, Psalm 138 and verse 2. I will worship toward thy holy temple and praise your name for your loving kindness and for your truth, for you have magnified your word above all your name.
The Most High is subject to his word.
Go.
He's subject to those prophecies, man. So we know that Yahweh Shai is not going to come tomorrow. We don't know when he's going to come, but we know according to prophecy, according to the times that he's subjected himself to, according to his word, that he's subjected himself to, that other things have to take place before Yahweh Shai gets here, man.
But we're close.
Yep.
We're so close.
Those labor pains.
That's it.
And you're able to measure when the baby's gonna come through those contractions.
That's it.
And how how more frequent they are towards each other. Look how much catastrophic events are happening back to back. 10 years ago, it had happened every couple of years.
Yeah.
Now, every week, some crazy stuff is happening, man.
Hey, you said labor pains, right? Hey, this is 1 Thessalonians 5:2. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord Yahushua so come as a thief in the night.
Yep.
For when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction come upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape.
And it's travail upon a woman with a child, man, that water break, and that child is ready to enter into the leave from the womb of a woman. All right, how the brothers broke it down, the planet Earth is like into a woman, and Yahushua penetrating this third dimension, it's like the entrance of that newborn baby, man.
That's right. And when you go into that term travail, elder, it's Odin, according to the Greek, Strong's G5604, it means intolerable anguish, meaning physical and mental pain, in reference to the dire calamities before the arrival of Yahushua.
Hey, and that's all those catastrophic events that was mentioned in the book of Luke and mentioned in the book of Matthew are A and 2nd Ezra, because the earth is like it's in pain.
Right.
All these damn riots, are seditions amongst men, earthquakes, rumors of wars, famines, food shortages. That's the labor pains of the planet Earth
That's it.
for the entrance of the sun, man.
That's it. That's it.
It's John 16, verse 21. A woman, when she is travail, have sorrow because her hour is come. But as soon as she is delivered of the child, she remember no more the anguish.
Yep.
For joy.
And that's us. All right, once we're delivered to the kingdom of heaven, we're not going to remember this former past, man.
It says in the book of, I would say the book of Psalm, it says, you know, it was like a nightmare to us, man. You know, it's going to be like a dream, man.
Right. And the prophecies can be equated with the labor pains, because once that woman goes in contractions, then the baby is not pushed forward until those contractions has ended. It has to run its course. And it's the same thing with the prophecies prior to the arrival of Yahushua.
And the brother got a scripture because you just quoted it.
Psalm chapter 126, verse 1. When the Lord, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, turned again the captivity of Zion,
Meaning what? Release.
Yep.
Us being freed from the captivity of Esau Edom.
And we're still in bondage.
It's like, we exiled, man.
Yeah, we're exiled.
we were like them that dream.
And when you like them, when you have a crazy nightmare and you sleep, you're damn near sweating, you in fight-flight mode in your sleep. But once you wake up, you come back to reality, as the day goes by, it's like you never had that dream.
And you know what's so crazy? We're in this dream right now.
We're in a nightmare.
So once we're delivered, Lord, we don't hope for elect, then hey, we're not going to remember anymore.
And that's how it is with labor pains. When a baby is born, it's as though she didn't just endure all those hours of labor pain, man.
The whole joy.
Right.
Type of vibration put on her face, man. It was worth it. So back in John 16:21, a woman when she is travail have sorrow because her hour is come, but as soon as she delivered the child, she remembered no more the anguish for joy that a man is born into the world. And ye now therefore have sorrow.
And that's why Yahushua always talk about this light affliction, because it's nothing compared to the resources we will have in the kingdom of heaven. Hey, most importantly, everlasting life. You know.
Ye now therefore have sorrow, but I will see you again, and your heart shall rejoice, and your joy no man take it from you.
So Yahushua is coming back, the second coming, but this time he's not going to meet thee as a man. And that's spoken of in Isaiah, what, the 63rd?
47th chapter.
Isaiah, the 47th chapter. It's a lot.
I got a quick one too. All right, 2nd Ezra 5 and 46. 2nd Ezra 5 and 46. And he said unto me, ask the womb of a woman, and say unto her, if thou bringest forth children, why doest thou it not together, but one after another? Pray her therefore to bring forth 10 children at once. And I said, she cannot, but must do it by distance of time. Then said he unto me, even so have I given the womb of the earth to those that be sown in it in their time.
So prophecies has to be exercised at the allotted time. The Most High can speed it up, but at the same time frame, they have their allotted time to be exercised on earth. It's about order, man.
Yep. I mean, let all things be done decently in order,
right.
including the prophecies.
That's it, bro.
It's Isaiah 65 and 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth.
And what's that, Ayash? What's the new heavens and the new earth?
It's a new rulership and a fresh earth, you know, because the destruction is going to cleanse the earth as we know it. You know, pretty much, Yahweh Shem outshot through destruction, World War III, it's going to be like he renovating the earth, all right, for Israel, man.
The reset.
You know, that's why it's going to be in a fresh earth and a fresh rulership.
And you know what's heavy about the birth of that?
Yep.
When a woman has a baby, it makes her more attractive. Like what happens is her skin starts to glow, her hair starts to grow. You know, a lot of women, they might not have been that attractive, but their baby bring out their woman. They get some hips on her, and it's the new heaven and the new earth.
Yep.
You know?
The woman like to the earth.
Right, right.
Reading on, and it says, and the former shall not be remembered nor come to mind.
Like them that dream. It's Psalms 126, man. Those labor pains of the earth, man. All right? You got something?
2 Peter 3 and 13. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness.
And the rulership, a kingdom, all right? And within that kingdom, we will be perfect, and therefore we'll never die. All right, because Yahweh Shah is bringing what? That restitution. All right, so the earth and us as a people will be much, much better than before, man. Okay?
And so everything's being restored.
That's right.
You know, the earth being restored, us as a people being restored, water being restored.
Goes to the word new, it goes into kainos, and it says, as respects form, recently made, fresh, recent, unused, unworn, of a new kind, unprecedented, it says uncommon, unheard of. Going back into how, you just read the book of Isaiah, the 65th chapter, the things that's coming forth, you know what I'm saying, it's not going to be compared to what we're going through right now. It's going to be a new heavens, man. And you talk about, reading the book of 2 Peter, those about the heavens going to be cleanly dissolved by those nuclear missiles. And that's how you, you cleanse the earth. You know what I'm saying? First time it happened by water, this time frame it's going to happen by fire. That's by the way of those nuclear missiles, and also by Yahweh Shah's fire, by those chariots, you know?
And you said new. What's new? Is it kainos?
Kainos.
Now, when you go into kainos, that same definition in the Thayer's Greek lexicon, it states new, which is like a new, which as recently made is superior to what it succeeds. All right?
So it's going to be refreshed all over it.
But it's going to be much better than the former.
All right, Proverbs 29 and 2. When the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn.
And that's how you, go ahead, bring it point.
Now, I just going to say the wicked Esau, Edom, he's an abusive husband to the planet Earth. All right, going back to those labor pains, all right, and the people mourning in the sedition, and it's that woman crying out, man, help, I need help. So really, Yahweh Shah is really going to save that woman.
Right.
You know, so many legendary movies, it's about the bad guy holding a woman hostage. Like the movie Django Unchained.
Yeah.
They held his beloved woman hostage, basically, man. Then Django came and rescued that woman, man.
Yeah, you look at the ending scene of the movie.
Yep.
It's basically what the Lord gonna do.
Yeah, and he's rescuing the planet Earth from Esau Edom.
You said a woman, right?
Yep.
Jeremiah 6 and 2. I have likened the daughter of Zion to a comely and delicate woman.
Ultimately, it goes back to the nation of Israel. All right, but even the earth is personified as a woman, and Esau is made ruler over the woman. Because it tells you that the man should rule over the woman, right? So Esau was made ruler over the planet Earth as though it was personified as a woman. But now that woman is being abused. They got those Lifetime movie networks where they make that caricature of the abusive husband, you know, dragging a woman out through the house, beating on her. And that's what Esau was doing to the planet Earth, man. All right, so the earth is about to get rescued from a damn a madman.
Right.
And just to prove that the earth is symbolic for a woman, Genesis 4 and 11. And now are you cursed from the earth, which opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand.
Showing you the earth is a woman, man. Hey, going back to the reset, all right, because you're supposed to keep the, you're supposed to let the land follow, keep a land Sabbath. That's like the earth on its period, man. All right, the earth, it has different emotions, rain, thunderstorms, when it's sunny. That's a woman's nature.
That's right.
All right, earth, what else does the earth do? It brings forth fruit.
Support.
It supports,
Comfort.
nourishes,
Nurture.
Nurture? Yeah. So the earth is a woman, but that woman has a husband right now that's abusing that woman. It has a ruler over it that's abusing it, and it's Esau Edom.
You think about like us as likened to a woman, you know what I'm saying, how we're getting abused. We got like you know what I'm saying, marks around our
Yeah.
eyes black and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
You know, how Esau was constantly harassing us.
Hey, that's why I said I have wounded you with the wound of an enemy.
As an enemy.
Yep.
You go to where, how you go into, I said they should wear out the saints. You go to where how he constantly harassing us by his unrighteous decrees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like we're getting abused here, man. So we're crying out to our power. The whole thing, rightfully so, he's going to come back and hear the voices of the poor.
That's
man.
it.
You know?
That's it. That's it.
Go ahead, you
This is Baruch 4:36.
Yep.
O Jerusalem, look about thee toward the east, and behold the joy that cometh unto thee from the Most High. Lo, thy sons come, whom thou sentest away.
Hey, cause hey, there's a spirit. Hey, he said he sent us away. Cause that's why I said we left thee on foot. All right, we got kicked out of our homeland, Jerusalem.
Exile.
We got exiled, man. We got kicked out of our father's house.
That means banished from your land, man.
Yep.
This passage is speaking to the land.
Yep.
It says, "O Jerusalem" is speaking to the actual land.
Yep.
Going to how the earth is personified as a woman,
Yep.
but Jerusalem was personified as the mother of Israel.
Yep.
So Jerusalem, which is free, which is the
The
mother
love
of
of
all.
all. Galatians 4:26.
So reading it, it says, "Lo, thy sons, whom thou sentest away, they come gathered together from the east to the west by the word of the Holy One, rejoicing in the glory of the Most High."
And that was initiated by what? The internet.
Yep.
YouTube.
It's that spiritual vehicle, man.
That's
You
right.
know, that connected to hopefully come back into the mindset of Yahweh Bashim.
The net.
Yeah, that net. You know, we got caught into that world wide world through the spirit.
This sounds like
I
to
got another book.
I would say this, that our land is not producing any produced. That's right.
We're prepared.
Not over there.
That's right.
That land born.
It's cursed.
Because it got bastards in it.
Yeah. She keep having miscarriages. She ain't producing enough for him.
She ain't get moist for 'em.
She ain't get moist for him.
Yes, you're right.
Yep.
With all them other nations been in it.
Yep.
But that's true. Like she's not getting voice.
Yeah. She's not producing nothing.
Man, y'all deep with y'all
This Baruch chapter 4, verse 10. This is the land speaking. You know, it says, "For I saw the captivity of my sons and daughters, which the everlasting brought upon them."
Who's the everlasting? Going into Yahweh, Yahweh,
Ancient days.
the Ancient of Days, because when you go into Wisdom of Solomon 12:1, it states that his incorruptible spirit is in everything. Another definition for incorruptible, everlasting. You know?
And a good example of what, you know, when you read this passage, what's happening, we was being kicked out for disobedience.
Yeah.
And you remember when men's society, when Cain was getting kicked out, how his grandmother was?
Yeah.
You know, she felt sorrowful, but she knew that her granddad, that her husband was right.
That's right.
You know, and she knew he had to go.
That's right.
And what she said, when she found out he was going with old girl,
Cain, I hope you don't mess up her life too. You know? He's like, grandmama, Cain!
that's how we was, man. You know, but that's how our land was. It mourned when we were leaving, but it knew, you know, it was going off.
She was in acquiescence.
Yep.
And that shows you that the earth has a spirit. In order to mourn, it has to have a spirit.
You just say that. The earth mourning.
That's right. That's right.
Verse 11, "With joy did I nourish them,
Yep.
but sent them away with weeping and mourning.
Yep.
Let no man rejoice over me, a widow. My children are," it says, "my children am left desolate because they departed from the law of the Most High."
From a spiritual perspective, if you watch 12 Years a Slave, there was one scene in the movie with Solomon North. He was conversing with that Israelite woman. She was crying over her children that were taken from her. If I'm not mistaken, she was crying over her children that was taken. And it goes back to Second Ezra, man. You know, that was symbolic, man. All right, the land of our homeland, Jerusalem, crying over her sons that left, man. You know? Are you heard something?
Yeah, got you. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 6. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke. He that ruled the nations in anger is persecuted, and none hindered. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into singing.
Hey, the movie Wizard of Oz? The Wizard of Oz? Yeah, like the Wicked Witch of the West was dead or some shit. And everybody went into rejoicing, man.
Towards the end.
Towards the end of man, that's Esau Edom being kicked out of the kingdom of heaven.
And that goes to show you that they cannot be the people of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shah.
Yep.
Because this prophecy has not been fulfilled. You know?
Ding dong, the witch is dead.
Yeah.
You know?
It's going back to how we like the abusive wife, getting beat up by Esau, got the black eye, things of that sort. And so Ecclesiasticus 21:5, a prayer out of a poor man's mouth reaching to the ears of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua.
And they're gonna show you that Yahweh Shai is about to rescue us from the claws of this abusive husband Esau, man. And we crying out to the Most High. You know?
Yep. So it says a prayer out of a poor man's mouth reaching to the ears of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. His judgment coming speedily.
And we're the poor man. From a physical standpoint, we're the poor man. But in the spirit, we're rich. All right, because of this truth, man.
Well, is that not a parable in what's that, Luke? About the woman pleading to the wicked king? But she constantly pleaded to him, so he finally said, okay, what do you want? You know?
Or what about Lazarus?
Yep, Lazarus.
You know?
Wife did the same thing.
You said what, brother? That's right.
Exodus 3:7. And the Lord Yahweh said, I have surely seen the affliction of my people which are in Egypt, and have
And
heard.
guess what? We're in modern day Egypt right now. So this same process is happening right now. Go ahead.
And have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters.
Right, and we're crying, prayers, fasting, publishing videos, doing the work. This is all formulation of us crying, man. Sighing and crying.
Hey, the virgin is screaming.
That's right.
Brother, y'all did that while
That's right. The virgin is screaming. All right. Symbolic virgins. Why? Because through the Spirit we follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth.
But 2/3 of our people, they're not screaming, so they're gonna have to get destroyed.
That's right.
We spiritually saying like Esau's trying to, figuratively stick his thing into us.
That's right.
So you already know what that thing is leading right now with the match that he's going to jump to the MOTV.
That's right.
Karab.
That's it.
So it says, and have heard their cry by reason of their taskmasters, for I know their sorrows.
Yeah. All right. Hey, bring that out, brother. Hey, get that Psalm 19.
This is the book of Baruch, chapter 5, verse 5. Arise, O Jerusalem, and stand on high, and look about toward the east, and behold, thy children gathered from the west unto the east by the word of the Holy One.
By the word of the Holy One. Now get that, bro.
Psalm 19:1.
Right.
The heavens declare the glory of the Most High,
Right, the heavens, talking about what? The satellite. Okay, go ahead.
and the firmament show his
The
handiwork.
handiwork is what? The truth. All right, this truth being broadcasted on YouTube by projection of the satellites. Okay, go ahead.
Day unto day utter speech, night unto night.
And that's literal. You can get up 8 o'clock in the morning, you can stay up as late as 2 o'clock in the morning, but you still can receive the word of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Go ahead.
And the night unto night showing the knowledge.
Right?
There is no speech, no language, where the voice is not heard.
And that's literal. All right, via the Holy Spirit, this word can be prophesied in different languages, man. Go ahead.
Verse 4, their line is gone out through all the earth, and their word is to the end of the world.
Hey, get that Ezekiel 37, prophesy to the wind. Go ahead, read that again.
That's it. So they go, the line is gone out.
The line is the internet. All right, the line is the internet. When you go into that term line, in the Hebrew is qanah, all right, which means cords. When you look up that term network, it is what? No, so like when you look up internet, it goes into the term network, and network is broken down a bundle of cords. So yes, the internet is being prophesied in Psalm the 19th chapter, man. If you can receive that, go ahead.
The line is gone out through all the earth, and the word.
And why? Because basically Israel has been scattered throughout the four corners of the world, man. All right, Israelite foreigners looking like other nations, man. Go ahead.
The word is to the end of the world, and them that set a tabernacle from the sun.
So what's the tabernacle? The tabernacle is a dwelling place. The sun is a representation of what? Knowledge. Knowledge of what? Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. Hence this truth. Go ahead.
Verse 5, which is a bridegroom coming out of the
Now who's the bridegroom? Yahweh Shai is the bridegroom. All right, and there's multiple parables that support that. Go ahead.
The chamber of the spirit world.
That's right. Ooh. Keep going, bro.
out of his chambers, and rejoice a strong man to run a race.
Right, go ahead. It says something about the sun. Okay, tabernacle of the sun. All right, the sun is also a representation of Yahweh Shai. Jump to Malachi 4 and 2. Hey, you got that, bro?
Ezekiel 37:9.
Yeah.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 9. Then said he unto me, prophesy to the wind, prophesy, son of man, and say to the wind, thus saith the Lord power, come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe upon these slain that they may live.
Now break that down, y'all.
Yeah, so from the four winds. So that means that this word, all right, because you go to the wind, it's the same word as breath. I mean, we go to breath, it's the same word as spirit, which is rakah. All right? So that breath, the Holy Spirit has went around the whole earth and it's gathered its elect. You see? Just like a fisherman put his net in the sea and it drags through the water, then it collects fish. You see, that's how this word is doing, man. It's dragging through the earth and it's collecting the elect.
Let's
You
say
see?
Isaiah the 55th chapter, how it's not going to return to him void.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to accomplish what he pleases, you know.
Yeah, so the word is out. And that's why pretty much Yahweh Shema Shai is dealing heavy with the teaching of this word. You know, that's the focal point of the ministry right now, is teaching. You know? Because when the elect is gathered, then the destruction comes.
Hey, now read that one more time, bro.
Yep.
And this also proves the internet too.
Yep.
That's through the spirit the brother broke that down. Go ahead.
Yep. It said, then said unto me, prophesy to the wind, prophesy, son of man.
Now
and
when
say,
you go into the wind, what's the Hebrew word for wind? Rakah. According to Strong's definition, a definition for the wind is a region of the sky. So what's in the skies? The satellites. Going back into what? Psalms the 19th chapter and I think the first verse. All right, declaring the internet, man. Go ahead, bro.
All right, because this is going back to them satellites. There's a precept to prove, right, that this word coming from satellites. When you go to Deuteronomy. Yep. This is Deuteronomy 32:1. Give ear, O ye heavens, and I will speak, and hear, O earth, the words of my mouth. My doctrine shall drop as rain. My speech shall distill as the dew, as the small rain upon the tender herb, and upon the and as the showers upon the grass. So it says, give ear, O heavens, because as we speak through the device, this word goes to the heavens, and then it drops down like rain to all these other devices. You know, we got two devices out here, and this word goes through these two devices to the heavens, then it drops down over hundreds, thousands, you know, other devices, man.
That makes sense because if you think about the rain and the dew, it's known to saturate things.
Yep.
It covers everything.
Yep.
You know?
It's the book of Romans. Yes, brother.
I read verse 3, yep. Just to prove that the name is a part of the doctrine. It says, because I will publish the name of the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua, ascribe ye greatness unto our power. You know? So the name is part of the doctrine. That will be part of what will be coming down as rain.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
It's Romans 10:17. So then faith coming by hearing.
So faith comes by hearing. But you have to have that spiritual awareness in order to hear it. Meaning what? Understand. And faith is what? According to Hebrews 11 chapters, is your belief, a belief system. All right? Go ahead.
And hearing by the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua.
Right.
But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth.
Their sound, build the internet, build the satellite. Okay? That's how that sound has went throughout the entire earth. The sound is what? This truth. Prophecy, man.
Got the Greek word for sound, but I looked up earlier. It goes to a vocal instrumental. You know how it says how this word is like into a lovely song.
Oh, man.
You know,
That's right.
We're in the instrument.
That's it. That's it.
I got a quick one. All right, this is the book of Ecclesiastes 11:1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, but thou shalt find it many days after. But thou shalt find it after many days. I read that again.
Hey, but you know what? Hey, from a spiritual standpoint, this bread is what? The truth.
Yeah.
All right?
You're casting out the word.
Yeah. And then what's in the payback is what? The end result, Lord, will salvation.
Water is the people.
That's ooh. Hey, prove that. Get that Revelation 17:15, brother.
Yeah, okay. I read that again. Ecclesiastes 11:1. Cast thy bread upon the waters, but thou shalt find it after many days.
Oh, you like that? Okay. Hey, get that, prove that point on it. Just the people.
Revelation, this is the book of Revelation, chapter 17, verse 15. Yeah. And he saith unto me, the water which thou sawest, where the horse sitteth, are peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues.
Break that down, brother.
Yep, so it's proving that, you know, waters is also used in the scriptures, you know, as a symbolic saying of people. You See? So when it said cast your bread upon the waters, and thou shalt find it hereafter, well, guess what? The scriptures speak about how this word will go out and the elect will be gathered. But see, those same people that was gathered, all right, by the word, going to be gathered by the chariot.
Right.
So that's how you're going to see your bread hereafter.
That's right. Hey, the bread, can I make a point? Just to prove that their bread is this truth, which is a reflection of Yahushua,
Yep.
John 6:35. And Yahushua said unto them, I am the bread of life.
Yep.
He that comes to me shall never hunger, and he that believe on me shall never thirst.
Yep.
And when you go into that term bread in the Greek, you know, a simple definition means that he will supply all spiritual nutrients to the elect.
Yep.
It's all about our forefather Abba Bivens. When he introduced his world to Yahweh Shah, the bread of life. Just look how this thing has been rolling through the spirit, man. Our brothers waking up all across the four corners of the world now, man.
And that's symbolic for that miracle. You know, Yahushua fed everybody with their bread.
Oh, boy.
Because we got Yahushua, and we constantly feeding everybody with that same bread, that same loaf of bread, Yahushua, and it just feeding tens of thousands, you know, possibly millions of Israelites, man. It's the same miracle happening over and over again. That's why he said, Yahushua said, these things I do, you're going to do greater, man. You know, this a part of it, man.
Back in Romans 10 and 18. But I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the ends of the world.
That's right. Because, hey, Yahushua cannot come back. All right, hey, get that in Matthew the 24th chapter, when it talks about this gospel. You know, this gospel, man.
Right, it's Matthew 24 and 14. And this gospel of the kingdom.
Hey, this gospel. So somebody has to have 100% truth. Gospel is what? A reflection of the good news, which is going into this truth, man. But it's this gospel. So it can't be Christianity. It can't be the way Nate is preaching it. It can't be the way Yohana is preaching it. So somebody has to have this gospel, man. Go ahead.
Shall be preached in all the world for a witness.
Preach. Another term for preach is what? Prophesy.
Right.
A preacher means what? A prophet. When you preach, that means you declare before. When you prophesy, that means you speak before. It's synonymous, man.
Professor going to the word prophet.
I remember you saying that.
Profess.
Profess.
Professor.
And also, like you said, with Nate and Yohana, see, part of the gospel is we don't have to depend on Esau Edom for much longer. You know, we don't have to wrestle with the option of taking the jab. No, we got the good news.
That's right.
All right, we don't have to depend on this nigga for health and for eating and for living. That was only for a period of time, and we see, just like the brothers going into the signs of prophecy, where we in the time of prophecy, where we're not going to have to depend on this devil anymore, man.
That's right, bro.
You know, for anything, man. That's part of the good news. And Yohana, all right, and Captain Tazariak, you know, which his legacy is blotted, man.
That's right,
He
bro.
can't undo it.
Yeah.
You know, and you can mention it, you know, a few seconds out of every sermon, but hey, that man did a horrible thing for Israel, man.
That's right.
You know, I got to preach
Oh,
that.
yeah, man.
This Isaiah 52 and 7, it says, how beautiful upon the mountains are the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, that publisheth peace.
The mountains can be likened to what? Our nation. All right? The feet is what? Instructions. And where do we get our instructions from? This gospel.
Yep.
The truth. Teaching. All right? Go ahead, bro.
That publisheth peace.
Publish. And don't we publish videos? Don't we publish videos via the Spirit? And what's the peace? This truth.
Yeah, because publish goes to make public.
That's right.
Like say, Second Ezra, the truth which have been so long without fruit shall be declared.
That's it.
Declare means to make public. You know?
That's right.
And it says, that bringeth good tidings of good, that publisheth salvation, that saith unto Zion, thy power reigneth.
That power reigning. And that's what we're doing in real time. Our power rules in the kingdom of men.
Because we telling, you know, because like going to this situation now where people pretty much look at Esau Edom as the end all be all. They like, when he say you can't eat, people looking at it like, well, you can't eat. Like there's no other outlet, you know? But we saying our power reigns. There's a power over this nigga, man. He don't have the last say so. And that's part of the good news. Now they change your whole decision making because you know it's a power that reigneth over this guy, man. And pretty soon that power is going to take him out. Thus said the word, man.
You gotta think about how with Jake with the rappers, talking about they don't want to go mainstream. But, you have a lot of Jakes say, well, I don't do myself, do independent.
Yeah.
That's what we doing through the spirit. We don't count on Yahweh Shino Shai.
Right.
We're not going mainstream because you go mainstream, that's broad the way, man, leading to destruction.
Esau trying to sign your death rope.
Yeah. We doing like Pete. We selling this. We selling out from our trunk, man. Write that down. Go ahead, bro. Go ahead. There's more. You got more hot fire?
Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers,
Right.
and the demand by the word of the Holy One,
Right.
to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruling in the kingdom of men.
Hey, the Most High rules in the kingdom of men. So like Ayash is saying, hey, Esau is nothing but a so-called king, which kingdom is going down. All right, and he doesn't have the last say-so. All right, but you have to have faith to believe in. See, the reason why our people is taking that juicy juice is because they don't have no faith. All right, they don't even believe in Christianity no more. They believe in Dr. Fauci. And when you go into that term, it means what? Jaws. And when you look up Jaws, it means what? To be placed in a horrible or dire situation. And that is what he's setting you up to do, or setting you up for.
That's how people fall into the snares and traps. You know what I'm saying? By the workers of iniquity, man. You believe everything that you hear and see on mainstream. You don't research them. You don't do anything about spirituality-wise. You want to believe in the science. So 2/3 of our people want to believe in the science. You're going to get destroyed by that same scientology.
And Esau controls reality via the media. All right, everything is fucking staged, man. But it still comes from the left-hand side of Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. All right, so you believe. That's why the saying goes: believe half of what you see and nothing what you hear. Because by your perception, just because you see it, it doesn't mean it's fucking happening, man.
Like you said, that's the Most High working with Esau on that left hand doing his bidding. Because Isaiah the 10th chapter, it says he's going to give him charge.
Yeah.
It means he's going to give him command to do Yahweh Bashim Shai's will at the end of the day. So we really going to see the anger of Yahweh Bashim Shai placed upon his vessel dishonor. Esau Edom, man.
No.
Got something? 2 Corinthians 4 and verse 3.
Yes, sir.
But if our gospel be hid, it's hid to them that are lost.
Hey, the gospel is located in the scriptures. Who are lost? 2/3 of our people. They're spiritually lost. And that's why they're going into what? Back into Egypt to find aid or assistance. Go ahead.
In whom the God of this world have blinded the minds of them which believe not.
Esau is the God of this world via Yahweh Shai. All right, because Yahweh Shai gave him that blessing when he was Isaac. And get Job 9 and 24. You want to add, bro?
I got it.
Go ahead.
This Proverbs 19 and 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the
And
counsel
what's
of
the
the
devices
Lord.
in your heart? Meaning these thoughts in your mind.
Your plans.
Your plans. Okay? To actually attain objectives, which leads into your goal setting, man. Go ahead, bro.
Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that shall stand.
The counsel of the Most High shall stand, man. That's it. Hey, he bring up one, he take down another.
Yep.
And vice versa.
Yep. It said, that's why I say, like you were saying earlier, how it's many devices. Because Esau, he wants to, out of anybody on the earth, he wants to starve out their prophets.
Yeah.
You see? He wants to do all type of things to the prophets. But that's not going to stand. It's going to be the counsel of the Lord that's going to stand. That's the good news. The good news is that this nigga doesn't have the last say so, man.
Part of the good news, the Most High said how my servants will eat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? They're going to drink, they're going to be merry and joyful. Hey, this is what I'm doing. That's cool.
Jump to Luke 4 chapter.
And it's Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked.
So Esau is the wicked, according to what? Malachi the 1st chapter, right? Now go back to Genesis the 27th chapter. Esau received a dominion from who? Isaac. How do you know that Isaac was Yahweh Shai? Because Isaac had the ability to give this man a kingdom, which is a blessing, a dominion. All right? Go ahead, bro.
He covered the faces of the judges thereof.
And that's literal. From Yahweh to Yahushua to actually Israelites that has walked the face of this earth. Go ahead.
If not word, who he?
So
who
if
he
this
is.
man hasn't done it, then who has?
We don't worship some Moabite God. We
Exactly.
didn't grow up worshiping some Hindu God. It's about 1 billion of them. We didn't worship not one of them.
Yeah.
We just thought Esau Edom was the Most High.
And we're the only nation on earth that worship a God that doesn't look like us.
Right. It's Ecclesiastes 10 and 3. An unwise king destroys his people.
Esau is unwise. And he is destroying his people along with the inhabitants of the earth. Build philosophies, man. Alright? Look how he's poisoning the fucking air and water, man.
And Esau, he's like the slumlord of the earth right now. You know what I'm saying? This earth is in mismanagement by Esau Edom, man. It says, but through the prudence of them which are in authority, the city should be inhabited. The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord.
Right, the power of the earth is in the hands of the Lord. So the Most High has given it to Esau for an appointed time.
In due time, he will set over it one that is profitable.
And that is who? Beginning with Yahushua, trickling down to his joint heirs.
The same one that gave Esau his blessing.
And the Most High give it, and he takes it away.
You got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Good, go ahead.
And this Luke 4 and 1. And Yahushua being full of the Holy Spirit.
Hey, just jump down to the point about how you talk to Satan, and Satan said, "But you know, if you worship me, you know what? Hold it. Bring yours up, bro. Hey, no.
Psalms chapter 75, beginning at verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. But the heavenly Father is the judge. He putteth down one and setteth up another.
And see, what we have to understand, because we was all, taught history in school, about different empires, about the Roman Empire, the Greeks. You may learn about, different Assyrian, and, different empires, the Egyptians. But see, no one ever taught from the perspective that was all set up by Yahweh Hashem Shai. Because this society always puts emphasis on what man did. He won this great battle. He was so strategic in this battle, But at the end of the day, it was because of Yahweh Hashem Shai. Because, like we always talk about, Hannibal probably was one of the greatest generals of all time.
Yeah, man.
But it wasn't written for the Carthaginians to take down their fourth beast. All right. So that's why the Romans were able to hold off the Carthaginians, man. That's just one example. So at the end of the day, it's Yahweh Hashem Shai that sets, rulerships up, man. Sets nations in power, and he takes them down.
And we can liken Esau to Hannibal.
Yep.
Because Hannibal won all those battles,
Yep.
but he didn't win the war. And it's the same thing we saw, man.
Yep, man.
He's winning the
Yep.
battles,
He
but
said,
he's not going to win the war.
Revelation 11:14. Yeah, get that. Go jump down to the point. Hey, because right now this is a rulership, and Satan, is the entity that's pretty much ruling over this current rulership by Esau Edom. That's why scripture talk about how Esau Edom get that 2 Thessalonians 2 and 8. Yeah, you got it, bro. Yeah, start 3, yeah.
And Luke 4 and 3.
Yep.
And the devil said to him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, command these stones that be made bread.
Start at 5, yep. Start at 5.
Hey, this Luke 4 and 5.
Yep.
And the devil taking him up into the high mountain, showing to him all the kingdoms of the world in that moment of time.
Yeah, so he's saying the kingdoms of that time and the kingdoms to come. So pretty much Satan is giving you how shot the deal. Like, look, you can have the glory of all these kingdoms, and when you come back, you can always be in rulership. That was the deal that Satan was coming to Yahweh Shai with, man. Go ahead.
Verse 6. And the devil said to him, all this power I will give thee, and the glory of them, for this is delivered unto me.
And this is delivered unto me. So the Most High allows Satan a period to rule, over these heathen kingdoms. And Esau Edom is the last heathen kingdom to be in power. So he comes all right, in the energy of Satan. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Let's get that in the blue letter.
2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9.
Working.
Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan.
Even him who's coming, who's after the working of Satan. Satan just told Yahushua, look, I can give you the glory of these kingdoms because it's delivered unto me. You know? So Satan, all right, Esau, who's coming, is after Satan. He's working is after Satan. That's why he's in power, man, because he comes in that energy of Satan. You know? Yeah, working, yeah.
The Greek word for working is energeia.
In the Gaia, all right?
It says working efficiency in the New Testament used only a superhuman power.
I want you to get that. Yo, get what that word say in the parentheses.
Yeah, it says energy.
Energy, whose energy is after Satan. So Esau, Edom, the rulership, the energy that he comes in is of Satan. It's adverse, man. You know, that's why this place is so filled with filth. You know.
He's the physical embodiment of Satan.
Yep.
It's heavy that you said that because that's this book called Act Magica, right?
Yep.
And it goes to all the different religions, how they all go back to Satan worship.
Yep.
So every belief system, every symbol, every position, all right, into every belief system goes back to the worship of Satan.
Yep.
So it is a disguised way of worshiping Satan. Going back to Roman Catholicism, which ultimately goes back to what? Egypt,
Yep.
Babylon,
Yep.
you know?
Albert Pike came out stated about Freemasonry.
Yep.
That goes back to Satan worship.
Yep. Yep. How is it that a man, I'm sorry, how is it that a man went into Egypt and became the father of Satanism?
Yep.
Because it all goes back to Satanism.
Or them Hamites,
Yep.
you know, going to ancient Babylon dealing with Nimrod, man. It was nothing but Satanism, man.
Yep.
And this whole one world government, it ain't nothing but Satanism, man.
Yep.
You see?
The word we're reading right now is on the Satan. Right now, as we speak.
Yeah, everything's in check. You know?
Because if I can just make this quick point, the nature of Satanism is not that everybody got a 5-pointed star surrounded by candles in a living room. The nature of Satanism is rebellion against Yahweh Bashmal Shai. Satanism really goes to rebellion, disguised in the context of the pretext of freedom, liberty.
Yep.
You're being liberated from this oppressive God. You know?
Anti-Mashiach.
Yep. Anti-Mashiach.
Right now, trusting into the science, and he
Yep.
said nothing about the Heavenly
It's
Father.
Satanism. Yeah,
Nothing.
science. It's Satanism. Because man, he wants to achieve immortality through, all right, left hand energy, man. You see? Because pretty much with this whole, thing, all right, with the potion, he's experimenting on you. Because first of all, if you think Esau Edom knew the way to immortality, he would give it to you niggas first, man. All right, here it is. His whole existence has been trying to destroy you off the face of the earth. So you think he would give you immortality if he knew? No, you the experiment. All right, on how to tap into immortality. So he's playing around with your DNA and your genes, man. All right, you people are experiments. That's why you have so many different effects. You know, you have some people having convulsions. You know, you got some people having blood clots. All right, you have some people having brain hemorrhages. But then you have some people they're being compatible with Bluetooth, man. All right. It's a big experiment, man.
Arms glowing.
Yeah, it's a big experiment, man. You know? He's trying to tap into immortality, but he's experimenting on you. Go ahead.
This is Genesis 27:41. Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him, and Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are ahead, then will I slay my brother Jacob.
Yeah, because everything that Jacob has, that's what Esau is working for. You know, he knows that we're promised immortality. He knows that we're promised, all right, a kingdom, all right, an eternal kingdom. He knows we're promised spiritual powers, man. Esau, the elites know these things, man. This is what they trying to get, man. You know, they know about the scriptures. What's that? 1 Corinthians 15. The last person be defeated is victory. Yeah. 15. Yeah, get that. Yeah, Esau know these things, man. Yep. Because that's why he wanted to destroy. That's why, You know, he wants Jake to be at the front of the line because he wants to stop him from becoming this, man. You know? You gotta go quick.
This is from a doctor named Eric Planker from University of Texas. He says, war and famine will not do. Instead, disease offer the most efficient and fastest way to kill the billions that must soon die if the population crisis is to be solved.
Vision is cheaper.
AIDS is not an efficient killer because it is too slow. My favorite candidate for eliminating 90% of the world's population is airborne Ebola because it is both highly lethal and it kills in days instead of years. We have got airborne diseases with 90% mortality in humans, killing humans. Think about that. You know the birds flew good too. For everyone who survives, he will have to bury 9.
Yep. Hey, so Esau, Edom has a plan of mass depopulation, man. Hey, this is the worst time ever to trust Esau. You know, when someone is desperate and then they see everything that they work towards is pretty much crumbling, and the people that they trying to destroy is not being connected back to their power. This man is desperate, man. That's why he's moving quick. Like this September the 1st, man. And look at how many things is happening, man. You got a lot of mandates that's gonna take place in September. You got the eviction crisis still looming. You know, they pretty much they finna turn New Orleans into Syria. You see, all this happened quick. Cause you know, let's think like last week, New Orleans probably, you know, you was there not too long ago.
I was there last
You
week.
never thought it was like it is now, like Afghanistan over there, man. You see, showing you how quick these things moving, man. Because hey, he knows he got a short time. He trying to stop this, man. You got it.
And, back in Genesis, the 27th chapter, for a slave, it goes into murdering. You know, and you read to the book of Job, it says how the murderer coming with the light. You know how he came with the scriptures to Gad. You know what I'm saying? Offer that Christianity to them. You know what I'm saying? Well, it wasn't nothing beneficial for Gad, man. It was nothing but bloodshed, you know, persecution upon them, man. So this that same being is going to be pretty much just like Esau back in Genesis 27th chapter, because we know through reincarnation, Esau, he's back here today trying to obtain that same blessing, man. So that energy of Esau is going to be upon his inhabitants, man. He's going to come that same type of left-hand energy upon our people, you know?
Some Elder Sahabe said a while back, it's the reason why, you know, the serpent envied Adam, you know?
Like somebody always said, you had the kingdom.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 23. But every man in his own order.
50.
53?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you wanted that about asking to be destroyed. Yeah. That's 26.
Okay, yeah, read that, then jump to 50.
1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 26. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death.
Yeah, see, this is through Yahweh Shai, you know, because like I say, through Adam came death, you know, through Eve, through the serpent, and the serpent is back, pushing the same madness, death, man, you know, in the form of what? Life. He came to Eve like he had an upgrade, man, you know, and he brought death, man. That's the same thing he's doing now. He's bringing death and packages as an upgrade, as liberal, freedom. Go ahead.
Verse 53. For this corruptible must put on incorruption.
Yeah, this incorruptible. Talking about these bodies, man. Even this way of thinking. You see? Must put on incorruptible. Go ahead.
And this mortal must put on immortality.
This mortal must put on immortality, man. And these elites, they know this is for us, man. You see? That's why they kept us detached from their legacy, from the promises, man. Our Christianity never taught you about the promises, man. All right? Immortality in the earth, man. Ruling the earth, all right, eternally, man, in righteousness. You see, Christianity never prepped us for this, man. But Yahweh Shai did. Go ahead.
So when this corruptible shall I put on incorruption, and this mortal shall I put on immortality, then shall be brought to pass the saying that is written, death is swallowed up in victory.
Yep, death is swallowed up in victory. Go ahead.
Oh, death, where is thy sting?
Death, where is thy sting? They're poking. All right? There ain't gonna be no more. You see? We finna get past that. This is going to the victory over the beast, man. Because the beast does nothing but breed death. You see? That's the victory that we finna overcome, man. All right? And this system gonna be destroyed. See, this time Adam gonna slay the serpent. which has become the seven-headed dragon. All right, and ruling as and they don't EU in America. See, now this time Yahweh Shai gonna come slay the dragon, man. He ain't gonna play with it. All right, go ahead.
O grave, where is thy victory?
Oh grave, where is thy victory, man? No more death. Go ahead.
It's a demon, man.
Yes, I think, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, keep reading.
That's a token.
Yeah.
It say, the sting of death is sin,
Yep.
and the strength of sin is the law.
Yep. Hey, the sting of death is sin. That's why we're gonna get the laws, statutes, commandments put in us. That's what's gonna get put in us. Not Esau's mRNA. All right. Not his MOTB. No. Law, statutes, commandments, man. And that's gonna be the victory over death. Go ahead.
But thanks be to the Heavenly Father, which giveth us the victory through our Lord, Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
So thanks to the Heavenly Father for His Son Yahweh Shai that we have the victory, man. You see, and that's what this is about. See, we're gonna get a true upgrade. Esau wants this. This is what he's spending $1 trillion on. This is what he's pretty much has everyone the propaganda of the news. You know, he has changed the history books and he did all this to try to obtain what Yahweh Shai gonna give us at a twinkling of an eye, man. He got to experiment on people, put them to death, animals, all this, you know, all these scientists and researchers trying to figure it out. No, when Yahweh Shai come, we gonna get there like that. Everything that Esau is fighting to get is gonna be given to us freely, man, because of our lineage, man. You know? So this is what this thing is about, man. It's much bigger, all right, than buying and selling. Like they're just a token to show us, all right, what technology will be. You see? But this man, he's deep into his wickedness, man, and he's really trying to supplant us, all right, as we supplanting him. You know?
All right, with that, I hope you brothers and sisters were edified. Once again, want to give our honor and glory to
Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem HaKadosh.
double honors to our elder apostles and elder bishops of Great Millstone Ruel. Peace and blessings to the house of David the elect. Above the ball.
Above the ball.
Come here, Shalom.
Come here, Shalom.
How about Shema Shabbat Brother Thumb? Shalom. Shalom.
Good.
Shalom, brother.